They started off strong. They have a lot of rookies. They are rebuilding as we speak and doing things that we like, I think. They were the 5-12 Chicago Bears. I'll start with their strengths.
Okay.
Their secondary is very good. Their linebacking core is very good. And they have 2 excellent wide receivers.
The Bears lost 9 games in a row.
Sure did.
I was so close. I was so close. They got one out there.
They were like 5-1 or something like that. The world's shaking their head. And you were like, they're not going to win another game. And guess what happened? They didn't win another game until they won some crazy game against the Packers. In Chicago.
The last game of the season.
Yeah.
So they fired their coach.
Yep, sure did.
Which you and I were not fans of because they did it mid-season, which meant absolutely nothing. But new blood in the building.
Yes.
That's Ben Johnson.
Came over from Detroit.
Coordinator. And according to what they're doing, things are, in my opinion, looking up for them already.
Agreed.
So Caleb Williams didn't probably have the rookie year that he wanted to have, but he's still 3,500 yards, 20 TDs, only 6 interceptions. My prediction, he's going to get better. He's going to have a much better season.
Yeah.
And this division is going to be extremely competitive. We thought it was competitive. Now it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I think the Bears are going to be much more competitive than they were this past season with their fellow, division mates, if you will. So when we think of Bears, we think of their defense. They started out really strong. It was a defense that won several games for them early on. They were they were the ones putting up all the points.
You couldn't throw them. Their secondary was really, really good.
So I think they'll hit the reset and they'll come back. They'll be strong again on that on defense, their weakness. So they got to get better at protecting Caleb. So they got to do something about the offensive line.
I put that on your offensive line. He got now. I think he should take a little credit for holding the ball a little bit long, but the offensive line certainly did, and his running game didn't help him as much as Swift didn't help him as much as he should.
Yeah,
they need to work, but that all stems back to offensive line. If you have a great line like the Chiefs, or the Eagles, guess where you
run
go?
behind.
If you have no offensive line, look where you end up.
Right.
So.
I mean, agreed. And so for the second year in a row, the Bears are picking in the top 10.
Yes.
So they are pretty much guaranteed at least a top 10 prospect going in. Well, my first thought in terms of the offensive line, as I mentioned, was Armand Membu, right? There's no way, if he falls that far, there's no way he should get past the Bears with what they need. No. But if he doesn't, look at what they already just said. They got Jonah Jackson. He came over from the Rams for a 6th-round pick. He's a veteran. And then they also parted ways with a 4th-round pick for Joe Tooney, who is, I had to look up what this, an all-pro.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Offensive lineman. And so all pro is just like a hair from being considered MVP. It's a very prestigious, you're good at what you do.
Like I was talking about Zach Martin earlier, that kind of stuff.
Yes. 1,100 snaps, 0 sacks given up this season.
That's something.
Caleb was sacked 68 times, the most in the NFL.
And they'll teach him how to get the ball out quicker.
So
trust me, and they'll make that offense more dynamic to fit his playing style.
Yeah.
All right. For me, the biggest thing, I also put offensive line down before I knew about Tooney, so this might change. I might go to defensive line, but I'm gonna stick with this for now. I put Caleb was running for his life last year, so to help him stop doing that, Will Campbell, offensive tackle at LSU. Campbell was tied for the best offensive lineman in the league last year, the Outlander Award. 6'6", 324 pounds.
Yikes.
He ran a 4.98 40-yard dash, one of those sub-5 40-yard dashes, which is impressive.
At 324
pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, just under 5 seconds, throwing 40 yards. Scary.
Yikes.
Campbell is known for being a punishing offensive lineman in the running game, so he can pull people over. He needs some development to become a better pass blocker, which is very standard for linemen.
Okay.
It's easier to run block, than it is to pass block. It's just how it is, because you can bully somebody over in the run game. Pass, you're holding them up. So
makes sense.